Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac. Oh good. What was I saying a couple runs ago? Was that a couple of runs ago? 1 second. Oh, the music seemed really quiet. I thought I actually had it on mute, but the sound effects are accurate. I think it was a few episodes ago I was saying, you know, the only 2 runs I do right now, although we did have a Cain run fairly recently, are like Isaac runs and random runs where I don't get Cain, Judas, or Maggie. But hold up! Ipecac is great. So I immediately regret saying those negative things about Troll Engine that I've said. It's gonna be an interesting run. Ipecac's an interesting item. I think oh, that's the secret room. We can still go down there. There's a library on this floor, weirdly enough. I think that Ipecac is an awesome item. I think it's a little bit underrated. Oh my god. Ipecac and the ability to fly right on the first floor. If you're wondering why I don't sound super surprised, it is because, you know, this is like my 900th episode, and occasionally the game gifts you a golden gift like this. But still, I'm extremely pleased to be the benefactor of it right now. We also get an Eternal Heart, which is effectively more or less meaningless, I guess, for us as Blue Baby, but it will turn into a full Spirit Heart, assuming I don't get hit. If I do get hit, then it will remain a half Spirit Heart until its demise, which will be immediate. In any case, never mind. We lose a full Spirit Heart, but we keep the Eternal Heart. Weird! Okay, so we'll get another Spirit Heart back for this, as well as a single cube of meats. That's good. You know, anything that is not just a straight HP upgrade is a little bit better relatively as Blue Baby than as other characters, I think. But, you know, obviously we're still looking out for things like Squeezy. Now, it was a pretty good first floor. I can't really complain. We will, I mean, obviously I can't really complain. I mean, obviously I can sort of complain. Let's be realistic there. But Ipecac and the ability to fly on the very first floor is kind of crazy. And by kind of, I mean extraordinarily crazy. Why am I still shooting the poop? Like, it seems so likely to just backfire on me. It should go without saying, our biggest enemy on this run is going to be ourselves. We'll definitely take Judgment with us instead of the Tower card. We might as well come back down here and look for a second secret room, just in case it contains something of value. Good trinket. Hey, it is indeed there. I was just slightly off with that first bomb. Okay, well, it is effectively another Spirit Heart, so I'm happy to have it. Although, actually, you know what? I am happy to have it. Even though Eternal Hearts are not that amazing as Blue Baby, because HP isn't that amazing as Blue Baby to begin with, if you look at all the other things we could be getting in those rooms, it's actually, like, fairly solid, right? We could be getting a bunch of red hearts, which would be worthless. We could be getting a trinket, which would probably be worthless, so there's more Spirit Hearts there, too. But it could be valuable, I'll admit. We could be getting a red chest, which could contain either an item that, you know, wins us the game single-handedly, or something super shitty. Well, that was 1 Spirit Heart down the drain. So basically, you know, 1 Spirit Heart is probably a little bit better than your average curse room. Or not curse room, second secret room. So I'm trying to just land the shot appropriately. It was a little bit tricky. Mr. Boom does beat the poop in my mind. Do keep in mind, though, that we'll probably very rarely use Mr. Boom because we already have Ipecac. In fact, Mr. Boom might actually be appropriate on a room like this, where it causes me to hurt myself again after hurting myself once already by being a big idiot. Alright, so, you know, it's a learning experience. We're making progress. The secret room, it just doesn't exist apparently. And our item room contains Book of Shadows, which is probably substantially better than Mr. Boom. Okay. I think genuinely there just isn't a secret room on this floor, which is pretty bunged up, but that's okay. So, we will go fight our boss. Hopefully we get a little bit of Squeezy in our life as a result of this. So, I'm basically just gonna... I've already popped Book of Shadows. Then we're just gonna let Cube of Meat do what it does, and that was super easy. Cat of Nine Tails... I don't know how I feel about that, but Deal with the Angels, great. Theoretically. Or, sorry, Deal with the Devil, I should say, because I can pop down this Judgment and possibly get a payout. Come on, work with me. Work with me here, baby. Hey, there we go. We got a single Spirit Heart for 3 cents. Not a terrible trade. I don't think it's worth sacrificing a little bit less than half of my health for that, and I definitely don't think it's worth picking up Cat of Nine Tails and fucking with my Ipecac equilibrium, you know? So we're gonna move along. Kind of unfortunate, but we are in a very, hey, okay, this could be good or terrible. Let's see. Health down is terrible. Bad trib. That is pretty much objectively the worst set of 2 pills you can get. It would actually be better to have 2 health downgrades because I only would have taken 1. Effectively, that was 2 health downgrades, but just in a trickier form. That's probably not going to have a huge impact on the way things are going to go for the remainder of the game, but it's annoying. There's our secret room. It contains something to explode. Enough money to bring the shop very close to being worthwhile. I'm just going to get a full Book of Shadows charge. Oh, come on. There we go. That's a good one. I'm just going to get a full Book of Shadows charge before we go into the boss fight because, you know, boss fight plus Book of Shadows with this cube of meat basically means instant kill. Well, not instant, but easy kill. Automatic kill, if you will. Especially an enemy that sometimes has a tendency to surprise me, like Chubb does. And we're about to lose our invincibility, but I think I've done enough. I think I've done enough to get out of this without taking damage. Secure ourselves maybe another deal with the devil? Here's an interesting question. Does playing and taking that judgment... Come on. I know it's a shot speed upgrade, but I really want the Spirit Heart. Does playing and taking a deal with the devil judgment actually mean that we're more likely to get deals with the devil as opposed to deals with the angel in the future? Or because we didn't take one of the items that started on like the deal with the devil pedestal, are we still more likely to get deals with the angel as opposed to deals with the devil in the future? Weird question, right? You know, I'm looking at this and I'm like, do we go to the item room or do we go to the shop? And I don't really know the answer to that question. So, I think I'm gonna go to the shop and maybe there will be a key. Maybe there will be an item on half price. And if there's a key, we can do some funky stuff. There is a key. I will buy that key for 3 cents. And what I'm gonna do with it is gonna seem a little bit funky. I really want this compass. As far as I know, there's no way for us to get this compass unless we find money. We're not going to find money in the item room. I don't think the quarter is very likely to show up, so I figured we'd open this golden chest. And weirdly enough, that was actually a great deal, even if it wasn't what I wanted. We got skeleton key, which basically means I paid 3 cents for 99 keys. Now we can go to our item room for sure. I think we'll probably give up our dream of getting the compass on this floor, but we got skeleton keys, so all is forgiven to some extent. Bad use of Book of... Well, not bad use of Book of Shadows, but I should have been more effective in my use of Ipecac to finish the fight here. But still, that was a good turnaround. Even if we don't get compass, at least we ended up getting a skeleton key, which means golden chests are amazing for the future. It means that Guppy's tail is something that I would be very open to taking with me. And I don't think you can get money in the curse room either, so that's not going to help. But hey, Forever Alone will help. Here's a test. Can I accidentally shoot Forever Alone with Ipecac and cause it to explode? I think the answer to that question is no. So that's a very good thing. So no compass. Apart from that, though, feeling very good. Ipecac is one of those items where you can theoretically beat the game just with it and a little bit of luck, you know, perseverance. That was good. So I'm hoping that we prove that here. We actually are going to fight Super Greed, which is great. Great mostly because we can get some extra money that we can finally use to really buy an item in our next shop, or we can just get the quarter, which is also enough money to buy an item in our next shop. And the shop after that, which hopefully will not contain greed. This is one of the big perks of being Blue Baby. One of the few big perks. I know that sentence is going to cause people some contention. Who will think that permanent Polaroid invincibility is worth all of the, you know, glosses over everything that's wrong with Blue Baby. Well, so be it. We will use Book of Shadows here. Book of Shadows I always forget. It's like a once every 3 or once every 4 room item. Which means, I don't really mind using it whenever the opportunity presents itself. Especially since it's actually very good. A lot of the times, I know I talk about too good to use syndrome, quote unquote. But a lot of times I end up just not using shitty items whenever possible because they're shitty and they don't help out that much. Whereas with this, there's a serious impetus to use it as much as possible, I would say. So first things first, let's blow up some of these rocks. That was literally all of them. That was really cool. And now I'm just checking for second secret room locations because I don't want to have to backtrack down here again. I don't think it can be adjacent to the shop. Okay, I was happy with all those shots. None of them worked out. That's fine. Still have, well, everything. We still have everything to open. Thank you, Attack Fly. This will, yeah, be a little bit of a frame rate issue, but that's okay. Just gotta make sure the shots are actually hitting, like, dead center. Otherwise, it doesn't work. We will probably play, Demon Judgment. And the way that we'll do that is obviously with Book of Shadows. So I think we won't use Book of Shadows for our boss fight this time, or for any other room. We'll use Book of Shadows exclusively to play Demon Judgment for the chance to get a free, half-decent item. I think it's worth it. We'll see if that ends up vindicating me or villainizing me. And second secret room? No? Alrighty. Well, first things first. We should get a lot of plays out of this. Each one of these. Oh, Joker card is actually excellent as well. Hey, there we go. We got X-ray vision. That's actually quite nice because it means I won't accidentally blow myself up looking for secret rooms. And second secret rooms, I can stop spending so long looking for them. So these are positives, I would say. And more keys. We find the Game Kid, which is okay, and I probably should pick it up so it doesn't show up again, but I'm being kind of lazy. Now we'll try to get a Book of Shadows charge back for the boss fight if we can, and it looks like we should be able to. Can't believe that the secret room hasn't showed up yet. There's, you know, we've explored probably at this point 75% of the floor. To not even see one of the secret rooms is crazy, given how many, you know, possible, you know, room candidates there have been so far. All right, come on, Attack Fly. This one's for you. I'm saving it. There we go. And more bombs. I don't know if I want bombs or keys at this point, or money. I'm pretty much good from all consumable standpoints. Yeah, that could be great. Is there really just no secret room on this floor as well, or did I just miss it? It must be adjacent to the shop then? Like above the shop? We'll go down and check it out. Maybe I did just miss it by shooting my bombs in an inefficient fashion. We'll see. Nope. Really? Just no secret room. That is the second time, to the best of my knowledge, that's happened over the course of this run. Very weird. We've got a super powerful run going here, though. The more HP we can stack up, the better. Apart from that, like, we have this Joker card. I don't even know what to do with it. I don't know what it would give us. Or what it would give us that I could possibly want, you know? This is the Gertie that doesn't spawn bullets, by the way. It only spawns enemies. I will pop Book of Shadows just to simplify it. I was thinking about not doing that for quite some time there. And this should do it. We get a Spirit Heart and an Eternal Heart, which is actually a really nice payout HP-wise. And we get Pageant Boy, which sucks the big one, but whatever. There it is. Let's use the Joker. Maybe we'll get Krampus. No, instead we got the Bible from A Deal with the Angel, which serves to answer, to some extent, my question from earlier. So maybe we have given ourselves a better Deal with the Angel chance than Devil chance as a result of taking the item that we got from Judgment in the Devil Room, but not any of the, you know, formal pedestals. Anyway. Coffee is far too hot. Curse of the Labyrinth means we only have one shop remaining, which is always a piss-off when you've already fought Greed, because it's like, you know, I did my time. Let me actually get the value that I'm supposed to get out of it. But apart from that, it's fine. And it's not like we're in a super dangerous position anyway. Wheel of Fortune is a card we could presumably take with us till the end of the game and use it on the chest. We'll see, though. Bob's Curse, I don't think that affects our shots, but anything that makes our bombs stronger is nice if I end up using these offensively, which sometimes I surprise myself by having to use them offensively, in spite of having a lot of tier damage. So, I'm happy to have it. Yeah, I was entertaining the possibility of using Book of Shadows there, and I totally should have done it. It's not like we're in any rush to fight our bosses anyway. So I'll just use Attack Fly. Come on, Attack Fly. This is good mental practice, you know? Keep that brain sharp. Who needs brain age when you got that in the Binding of Isaac? So, I didn't realize that we should totally blow up that slot machine. That's like, yeah, I knew it. We'll stick with Wheel of Fortune, and we'll make our moves here. Really hoping that we at least get the opportunity to buy something half decent on the shop here. I'm not going to be too picky, you know. The only thing I will say is I want it to be a passive. A passive that makes Book of Shadows better might be ideal. Compass would also be great, but, you know, I wouldn't hold out a whole lot of hope for that. Obviously, Hanged Man, not very useful for us. But, you know, 9-volt battery Nun's Habit, those would be excellent, considering the use that Book of Shadows is going to have for us. So, we have some good stuff here. Spirit Heart, which will repay the one that I lost. Golden Chest gives me some money that I probably will never use, but maybe we'll get money equals power or something. And the Small Rock, which I think is affected. Like, I think Ipecac is affected by damage upgrades, so I'm happy to have it. And the slow is basically meaningless, so that's okay. That could have gone much worse. Alright, more keys. And more exploration. Ad infinitum, basically. We can just kind of hang out here. Let Cuba Meat do the dirty work for us, you know? Might have been a little bit of a soft use of Book of Shadows, but that's okay. Better safe than sorry. So, we'll see what our... okay, good. We'll see what our first boss provides us with at the very least. It's gonna be Gish. Hey, that's awesome. I dodged right into it, like twice. It's always nice to have a familiar when you have like a special tier like this that makes it difficult to shoot at enemies that are close by. And Gish is, if you have to have a familiar like that, one of the best. The slow will help us out in a lot of situations as well. Especially when it comes to late game boss fights, so that is wonderful as far as I'm concerned. We got Book of Shadows back, and now we have a nice little tar friend to follow us around. I apologize, that kind of comes across as really offensive, but Gish is literally a ball of tar. Okay, so I don't mean it in any kind of, you know, horribly outdated racist context, like I've probably just imagined in my head. That might not even be like a racist thing, but it's just so, you know, second nature for me as a, you know, quote-unquote polite Canadian, to be like, well, that was a weird kind of, you know, diction I had there. Could that possibly be offensive? Well, I don't know. In any case, I think I've awkwardly explained it enough now that you know that it was not, or it was in jest, shall we say. Unintentional. Now, we got Book of Shadows charged up again. I really don't want to use Book of Shadows for this. I shouldn't have used it for the room with the guts back there. But I did anyway because it's not a big deal. This is like my favorite room right now because these guys are super easy to take out. Usually it just takes one hit to get all four if they kind of walk in the right pattern, but they didn't walk in the right pattern this time. But that's okay too, you know? At least they worked with me eventually. Okay, Blood Rites. I'm really glad we did some exploration to find that because that's not like the worst spacebar item we could possibly have right now. We will now go look for our shop, which I assume has got to be pretty close by. This is like the worst possible room for me. So, with Book of Shadows, it's very easy. Otherwise, I probably would have found myself taking some damage. Why am I not taking the money, by the way, that's on the ground? Basically, I'm just being a cocky scumbag. We don't need it. Almost certainly. There is like one item that could drop that would make it beneficial for us. And if we get it on this floor, then I will go back and, you know, pick up all that money to give money equals power some more value. But for right now, it's certainly not necessary, I would say. Also, can't believe that we have not found secret rooms yet. This secret room conspiracy is getting kind of crazy. I'm trying to kill, like, some of these guys with the fly, just so that I can actually have, like, a seam to actually stand someplace and shoot bullets without finding myself in grave danger. Like, that's all I wanted right there, was the ability to make that happen. A new pill! I was gonna say, it certainly can't be as bad as the ones we've already gotten, so... We found both secret rooms. One of them is greed, which means our shop does not contain greed, which is great news. In fact, this could be our shop right here. It's not... We still have an awful lot of floor left. And I don't resent that, you know? We've got a lot of stuff we can still accomplish on this run. Let's just hang back a little bit. There we go. See what judgment will be nice enough to give me. Please be the compass. I can wait. I can give you all the money you need. Oh, okay, POLYPHEMUS, huh? I don't know if that actually... We're not going to take the ladder, obviously. Why did I buy the key? I have 98 of them. Just force of habit. I don't know if POLYPHEMUS actually causes us to do more damage. We'll find out on the mom fight, though. I'll tell you that much for sure. Come on. Probably, again, a pretty soft use of Book of Shadows there, but... once we can actually, like, visualize an enemy's health bar, that will give us some idea of whether or not POLYPHEMUS helps us, or is just something that got me excited over basically nothing. I have a hunch that it helps us. I'm happy to have it, at the very least. We didn't check out our second secret room, did we? I don't think we did. So we'll go back in that direction. I mean, we have some rooms to encounter before then anyway. So... I was gonna say lucky to not take damage there, but truth be told, I saw the, you know, for whom the bell tolls there, and I decided I didn't want to get tolled on. So I handled that. Probably don't want to use Book of Shadows anymore because it would be best to use it for the mom fight. Might not quite be enough rooms left to get a charge. So, you know, better safe than sorry. I would rather take a Spirit Heart of damage now than take 2 on the mom fight because I didn't have a Book of Shadows charge. Sometimes Ipecac can be a little difficult to aim, as you're well noticing right now, probably. That was pretty good. Second secret room is a bunch of red hearts. Lovely. Alright, well, we're going to go down to the mom fight then. I know there's a couple of extra rooms here. That's fine. It is what it is. One of these days, that will pay out with a bunch of spirit hearts. Well, I think we've got a very good shot at victory here. I really do. Would love to, even at this point, I know I always look gift horses in the mouth when we're talking about Spirit Hearts as Blue Baby, like HP upgrades as Blue Baby. Thank God it is not red version of Mom. So much more difficult. I think Polyphemus helps us out a lot here, honestly. Yeah, okay, you know what? We're gonna pop this. And main reason we popped it, give ourselves, you know, some comfort in this trying time. Didn't actually finish the fight, which is what I wanted to do. We got pretty close. This is what I was gonna say, by the way, is that for real, I'm just happy to have more Spirit Hearts. Every Spirit Heart that we get is a little bit more survivability at this point, which is really what we need. Because it's hard to imagine our damage being better. This is awesome. But it's easy to imagine us running out of health. So I think as long as we can just stack up some Spirit Hearts, I'll be very happy with the way that this situation works out. And I think we've got a very realistic chance of beating the game. Especially given that we have 1 floor of goodness left, and then, you know, enough keys to open all the golden chests we come across. You know, judgments are paying out with nice things like the Steam sale, which are very helpful to me in this this moment in my life. Okay. More money that will never be useful. And again, we really should be more or less beating the shit out of the enemies that we come across. I get Balls of Steel, come on. Friends till the end. That's also pretty good, actually. Nice to know that it exists. Could be better, though. Ooh, careful. And our red chest contains a troll bomb, as kind of expected, or at least, you know, theorized could happen. Thank you, flies. Very quick floor, and just in time to get Book of Shadows charged up. Which I will use, even though it's Blast Assist, you know. I'm guilty of hubris sometimes, but not this time. And we got a Tears upgrade, which is what it is. It's alright. We lost the Cancer Trinket, so I'm happy to have something, I guess. Coin Purse honestly doesn't interest me, really, knowing what I know about the coin purses that we've seen so far. So, Book of Revelations, maybe? Yeah, well worth one of our many keys to pick up Book of Revelations. I still think Book of Shadows is probably more valuable. Book of Shadows, if Book of Shadows saves us a Spirit Heart per floor, which I think it does, then I would, you know, be happy to take it. So I think that's where I stand with respect to that. A lot of people will disagree with that, but first off, though, that'd probably save me 1 right there. I don't think it's going to make a difference. I think we're going to be fine either way. We'll see, though. And secondly, I really do, you know, pseudo-mathematically think that this is the right play. Very lucky to not take damage there, and the chain reaction always makes things a little easier. Oh, really? Not our boss room over here, huh? So I wasn't trying to be cute on that room. I just genuinely was like, I don't know how to kill that thing, because if I move far away from it to try to get in an Ipecac shot, it should be able to hit me. So we're going to do exactly the same thing here. Just get close enough for the cube of meat to kind of go buck wild on it. And there we go. This was the right direction in the end. Now, I think we're going to use, yeah, we're going to use Book of Shadows right at the start. Why right at the start? Because that's the most dangerous period for me, you know? It's the only time we start without being able to crowd control any enemies, so I'm happy to have done it this way. It seems to have worked out very much in my favor. Super easy Mom's Heart boss fight. Alright. Now, this is an important moment, okay? Moments become important. It's not floors anymore. It's individual rooms. And getting a great tarot card here could make a pretty big difference. If we got something like the Hierophant, that would be very important. It's the High Priestess. What's more important, High Priestess or one more item on the chest? I think High Priestess, because we can use that and still get one more item on the chest, now that I think about it. We can just come back for this, this card if we need to, if we want to. Which I kind of do, but also I know my own tendencies when it comes to backtracking and stuff like that. So, we'll see. Probably try to use High Priestess. That was really stupid of me. In fact, I super should have used Book of Shadows there. This is like the ultimate Book of Shadows room, but I thought, oh, there's rocks, I'll just hide out over those and be creative. That was dumb. Don't do that. Dead end, okay. Good to know. Seems like a huge negative, but we're actually just, you know, systematically eliminating areas that don't contain the boss, which is fine. And we're good. Every room that we go to is, you know, one more room we don't have to deal with again. I definitely don't want that speed upgrade enough to possibly take a bunch of damage dealing with it. Basically, my strategy should be, if there's enemies that normally have a pretty good chance to hit me, just say fuck them. Pop Book of Shadows. Can't do it every time, but you might as well do it, you know, every time that you have the opportunity to do it. We don't even have to fight war. We know that this room, or we know that this area is not where our boss room is. Come on, come on. Oh my god. Well, you know what? Let's try putting a bomb down to slow him down. There we go. That works much better. Pinky Eye we can't really do anything with. Okay, lots of dead ends. I don't mind going into some extra rooms here. Especially, you know, Greed is actually a pretty easy fight for us, all things considered. The money more or less useless, but gives us 1/3 of a Book of Shadows charge, which is nothing to sneeze at. And now we pretty much know the boss has to be down in this area. There is another area, extremely unlikely to contain the boss, though, as a result of the kind of floor layout on the upper side there. So, this is theoretically Book of Shadows worthy, but I don't think we need to, and I'm glad we didn't. Get some poison bombs, good to go. That could kill all three. It nearly did. I hate when the enemies choose to get closer to me when they move. Makes it much more difficult to hit them. Yeah, okay. Pretty textbook Book of Shadows case here. If I could actually hit the enemies, that'd be better. Seems like with Ipecac, a good strategy is seriously to just, whoop. And again, I would love to use Book of Shadows here, but at least we only have one Gertie Jr. this time instead of two. But it seems like a good strategy with Book of Shadows and Ipecac is seriously just, like, sidle up right next to the enemy. And then, there we go. Yeah, sidle up right next to them and then just fire Ipecac shots right into their face. Because, you know, you don't take damage from that. I did take a little damage from Bicycle Helmet here. We didn't have a Book of Shadows charge, but our Book of Shadows timing is going to be perfect. Alright, some coffee and then Isaac. Let's do this. High Priestess comes down first. I think we might as well Book of Shadows at the start, right? Like, and we actually shouldn't get up in his face this time because our shot started to miss, unfortunately. So this should help us out a lot. Basically skip over, you know, half to 2/3 of the Isaac fight in terms of health. And crowd control works basically the same way as it did against Mom's Heart. We'll go get our slot machine card and head down to the next floor. Yeah, I got like camphor in my mouth. The real value of Ipecac really does come in when you're fighting these late game bosses and you're just doing a fuck ton of damage, crowd controlling the shit out of the angel fetuses, and you know, Bob's your uncle. Ipecac gets a bad rap because you can hurt yourself with it. But really, unless you have homing shots or Mom's Contact, not Mom's Contact, My Reflection, totally different, then it's not that big of a deal for the most part, as long as you, especially when you can fly. If I couldn't fly, this would actually be a good deal harder, but so be it. Rosary is by far the best item we got out of all these right here. Everything else, pretty much garbage. Let's see if Sack of Penny, or sorry, the Wheel of Fortune works for me. Nope, Doctor's Remote. Alright, so that's pretty terrible, all things considered. And remember, all you gotta do here is really knock out one Monstro. If you can just keep one Monstro, you know, or if you can fight one Monstro at a time, then it's good. I've given up on trying to keep them in sync with shots that have, like, crazy knockback and stuff like that. That went very well, I would say. Poison Touch is a great item for us to have with permanent Polaroid invincibility. Simplifies that whole, like, Ipecac shooting problem we had before. Oh, and now we have Book of Shadows, so... Or not Book of Shadows, permanent Polaroid invincibility. So at the very least, you know, we lost one Spirit Heart, but it did allow us to very easily kill one of the Monstros, which sincerely makes my life so much easier. I'm an idiot. We'll talk about that. If we have to go that way to get to the boss fight, we have something we can do. I really hope we don't have to go to that way to get to the boss fight, though. That's really great. The proper play, by the way, is probably to play the shit out of that fortune teller until it actually, you know, gives you Spirit Hearts, and then when you run out of money, you have 500 Spirit Hearts, and oh, you know, life is good, blah, blah, blah. That's a lame way to play. It's just kind of boring. I'd rather, you know, stay a little bit low on health and maintain the illusion of danger, rather than spend 45 minutes playing that fortune teller just to give my, you know, 95% chance of winning a 3.5% buff. Your mileage may vary, though, and I don't begrudge you either way. Please, God, let there be, well, this again, huh? I really should be using Book of Shadows, but I feel like this is kind of not a Book of Shadows worthy room. And I'll immediately take damage and feel like a dumb idiot as a result. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, please let the boss room be in this area, because I really don't want to deal with that poop. And that's the other reason, I guess, that I'm saving Book of Shadows, is it may indeed be possible, or not possible, but very advantageous for me. There we go. Had to happen. I still probably would have taken this damage, even if I used Book of Shadows early in the fight anyway. It'd be advantageous for me to have Book of Revelations when I go into that poop room, which hopefully I never have to do again. But it is looking increasingly likely that our boss room is going to be over in Poop City, where the grass is green, and the grass is really green due to the fertilization. So we'll see. Won't be the worst thing in the world to have Book of Revelation or Book of Shadows ready there. And the reason I didn't go through with that to start with, like go through that poop room, commit to it, is because I only want to have to go through it once, and I realize that I've already kind of, you know, fucked that up. But I don't want to go through it and then have to backtrack, so I'd rather make sure that that's our, like, last possible area where the boss room can be. So I only go through it if I have to, and I only go through it as few times as is necessary. And it is looking, of course, as you can see here. Oh, just in time. It is looking like that poop room is going to be the proper direction, unless it's up. Could still be up. Up direction doesn't get a whole lot of credit these days, but could legitimately be where our boss is, I think. We've already explored quite a lot here. I'm going to recaffeinate for a second. Let's go up, because I would rather avoid that, that poop room again. You've heard my reasons at this point. I hope you understand. Pretty much expected to take damage from death on the face there, but we didn't, and that feels good. And in fact, we probably shouldn't now. As soon as we get death exactly down to this state, not even any zombies. The horse should be easy. Not as easy as I thought. Really? Always has more HP than I expect. Alright, good. More keys. I was getting worried that maybe we'd come across 96 golden chests and I wouldn't be able to open them. We do have Guppy's tail now, so that would actually be really nice if we came across 96 golden chests. Pretty much guarantee us, you know, every good item left in the game. Could still be a boss room up here. Alright, you know what? You win, game. You forced me to use Book of Shadows, I'm gonna use it. Isn't this fun? Did it to yourself. This is an empty room. Please don't make me not have Book of Shadows for this poop room. Oh, they did it. You did it, game. That was actually a very shrewd trick there. I'm impressed. Quite cunning. And, okay, we're fine. How do we deal with the poop room? Well, we accept that we're gonna take damage. There's no way around it, basically. With Doctor's Remote, maybe we could bomb it. I don't know. We gotta do what we gotta do, right? So, might as well just get hit and then sneak out. And again, at the very least, we know we never have to go back in that direction again. Who do you kill here? I don't know, man. I guess we kill Wrath last, so we have the chance to get a bomb-type item to make our bombs better. Didn't really work. That's okay, too. Alright, this bullshit again, huh? Whatever happens now, you should know that I really want to make sure that I have Book of Shadows left for our boss fight, which is going to be hugely advantageous to us. And I still think that, you know, nothing has changed, except for that poop room being a little bit assholey. Nothing has changed over the course of the chest so far. It's been good. Haven't taken nearly as much damage as is average for a chest run, so pretty confident that we're gonna beat the boss and be totally fine, especially if I manage to not get hit like 50 times on this room. If I get hit 50 times, that'll probably put me in a great deal of trouble. And a couple more hits should do it. Thank you for the slow little gish. You helped me out a little bit there. No thank you. Alright, so this should be our victory lap right here. Fun run with Blue Baby. It's always nice when it happens like that. Doesn't happen like that all that often, so I appreciate it. Keep in mind that even on top of, you know, Book of Shadows, we have permanent Polaroid invincibility, so we're basically impossible to kill at this point. He's down to about 10% health. And, you know, life is good. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that Isaac run. Well, in the Binding of Isaac with Blue Baby. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.